congrats on your victory.
Thank you. As I wrote in the Wall Street Journal, it's a technical victory, not quite a victory for free speech. Don't want to oversell it. The university did not say, yes, I'm protected by their excellent freedom of expression policy. They just said, we forgot to look at the calendar. And it turns out I was not an employee when I tweeted. So all of these policies they've been investigating me under don't apply. Kind of ominous, indicating that if I or some other faculty member in the future were to have an errant tweet, then that might be a whole other story.
Yeah. So let's go back for the viewers who haven't been following this as closely as some of us who are, in this atmosphere, this sort of center-right media atmosphere, because it's caused quite a firestorm for us. I mean, all of us have been outraged by what they've been doing to you. It was a tweet. It wasn't perfectly worded. You've copped to that. But just tell us what you were trying to say. And I can find the tweet in front of me, but I'm sure you have it memorized by this point. Just walk us through how it went.
Yeah, so this was back in January 26th to be precise, when news of Justice Breyer's retirement leaked. And I was doing media all day. I put out statements. I was still at Cato at the time, where I was vice president and director of their constitutional studies shop, and commenting on the Supreme Court, because that's my area of expertise. You see my books behind me, Supreme Disorder, Judicial Nominations and the Politics of America's Highest Court. And that evening, I was still upset about President Biden's decision to limit his pool of candidates by race and sex. He said that it would be a Black woman, as he's promised during the presidential election campaign, and not following best practices. I was doom scrolling on Twitter that night in my hotel room. I happened to be on a trip in Austin, Texas, and was just getting upset about commentary and thinking about what have we come to, that with the racial preferences that have invaded all of our lives have now come to even high public office. It's anathema to, I think, how people should be treated. And I thought to myself, the best person for this job, if I were a Democratic president, would be the chief judge of the D.C. Circuit, Judge Jackson's colleague, Sri Srinivasan, who happens to be an Indian-American immigrant. Excellent judge, was on President Obama's shortlist for the spot that eventually went to Merrick Garland. And I said, well, by operation of logic, that means that everyone else is less qualified. And if President Biden said it was going to be a Black woman, so I said, well, I guess we're going to be, based on today's hierarchy of intersectionality, as I cheekily put it, we are going to end up with a, quote, lesser Black woman. And those three words are what got me in trouble. I, of course, meant less qualified Black woman, because everybody, by operation of logic, was going to be less qualified than the person I thought would be the most qualified. And away we went. I went to bed at that point, and it was only when I woke up the next morning that I saw that a firestorm had erupted on Twitter. I thought, I really did not phrase that well. I had been in a kind of a festy and a feisty mood after a friend's birthday or employment celebration, actually, at a restaurant. And so I thought I should delete this. This firestorm is detracting from the point I want to make, that, that 76% of Americans agreed with, that all candidates should be considered. So I deleted it, and I said, look, I meant no offense, but this was poorly phrased. I'm taking it down. But by that point, it was too late. The knives were out, and things snowballed and quickly moved from Twitter to real life. The dean put out a statement attacking me and calling me an appalling racist, and away we went.
This same dean right now, was it Traynor?
It is, yes.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, this is a guy who's now saying, okay, welcome to Georgetown. So there's some awkwardness there. It was, I think, National Review, Rich Lowry had a piece saying, in any sane world, you're taking down that tweet and explaining what you were trying to say would have been the end of this. It's Twitter. It's Twitter. It's not sworn testimony before the Congress or a Supreme Court brief where you think things out very carefully and have it reviewed by 5 different people. It's Twitter. It's a stupid late night tweet. Who hasn't sent something out on Twitter that they'd like to have back? But the vultures, as you say, saw an opportunity and they were excited to get you. Now, just by way of background, can you explain your own politics and what this constitutional center that you were hired to be the executive director of at Georgetown do? Because these are more right-leaning organizations. I mean, I was surprised too. I didn't actually know about this. But when I see their mission, I'm like, oh, well, this is a little bit more conservative. So I'm sure it already had a big red bullseye over it.
Yeah, I was hired to heighten their profile so people like you would know all about it. It's actually celebrating its 10th anniversary. Randy Barnett, who's a celebrated law professor, one of, I think, three. I would be the fourth at the entire Georgetown faculty who's not on the left, who's not progressive of some stripe. He's a libertarian. I'm a classical liberal, I guess you could say. I was born in the Soviet Union, and my parents brought me out when I was little. When I was 4, we came to Canada and enjoyed immigrating so much, I had to come to America as well. I like to say that, like most immigrants, I do a job that most native-born Americans won't, and that's defending the Constitution. After a cup of coffee in Big Law, which was not that much fun, I came to the Cato Institute and wrote briefs for the Supreme Court, edited the Cato Supreme Court Review, did my own writing, both academic and popular, gave a lot of speeches. I've been doing media for a long time. And after nearly 15 years at Cato, which is the nation's premier libertarian think tank, I thought, how can I have more impact or have a new challenge? And Randy Barnett, who's become a friend and a mentor, thought that it would be a good fit to have someone of my profile, my skills, my network come to the center and especially be the public face and get more engagement from judges and practitioners and publications and media and all of that to push the importance of the Constitution and originalist analysis, looking at the Constitution by what the original public meaning of its provisions are. A lot of people call that conservative, but it doesn't have to be. There are progressive originalists or living originalists. There's all sorts of different stripes. So it's more academic-y and nerdy in certain ways, but still very relevant to the discourse and certainly to the Supreme Court, where now a majority for the first time do call themselves some flavor of originalist.
Are the high fuel costs putting a damper on your summer vacay plans? From higher prices at the pump to a jump in airfare, it's definitely getting more expensive to get away for a week. But what if you could soak up those vacation vibes year-round? Get a Michael Phelps Swim Spa by Master Spas. Whether you want to stay close to home this summer or just want to extend your break, a Michael Phelps Swim Spa by Master Spas can transform your backyard into an oasis. It combines the benefits of a pool with the therapy of a hot tub. This is going to reinvent family time. You'll love it, and your family and friends will too. Michael Phelps Swim Spas by Master Spas come in a variety of sizes to complement almost any yard, even if it's a small one. And since it's heated, you can use it year-round in any climate. Michael Phelps Swim Spas are 100% made in the USA by Master Spas, the world's largest swim spa manufacturer. Check it out by going to masterspas.com. Put in the promo code MK, and that will save you $1,000 on your Michael Phelps Swim Spa or $500 on your Master Spas hot tub. That's masterspas.com, promo code MK. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.